Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Thursday night. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and tonight the Button Box Super Series back in action here at Iowa Speedway for week number 3 of the Super Late Model Series. They're going to be taking it on for the Lions Foundation 100. We're going to go to the playing of the national anthem. When we come back, we'll tell you who's at top of the series and what a special night we've got for you tonight. So stay tuned, folks. We will be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, this Thursday night. I'm Dustin Caldwell here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. This Thursday night means only one thing. The Sim Auto Racing Association and the Button Box Super Series returns. And the Super Late Models ready to go racing 100 laps here at Iowa Speedway tonight for the Iowa Lions Foundation 100. We're going to be joined now with a special member talking about a special fundraiser for the Iowa Lions Foundation. Paul Fugit joins me now to talk a little bit about it. And Paul, how you doing tonight?
Good. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. We got a special night here tonight at Iowa Speedway. Not only are we having the third race of the Button Box Super Series, but we got a special fundraiser event here tonight. Can you tell the audience out there a little bit about it?
Yes, I just want to thank everybody for watching tonight. Welcome to my home track of Iowa Speedway for the Iowa Lions Foundation. It's Iowa Lions Foundation's nonprofit foundation run by all the Lions clubs here in the state of Iowa. And what we do at the Iowa Lions Foundation, we support several entities, the Iowa Lions iBank, Iowa Kids Site, the Lions Hearing Bank, the Iowa Cochlear Implant Center, Department of the Blind, the Iowa School of the Deaf, Leader Dog Puppy Program, and Camp Courageous. If you don't realize, a lot of that has to deal with sight and hearing here in the state. And we run on a pretty decent budget of $345,000. Our biggest program out of those 7 is obviously our Iowa Kids Site program. We offer free eye screenings to anyone under the age of 6 who is a resident in the state of Iowa. And we've through that program we've found thousands of kids who have had eye problems, and after that we usually help them get an eye doctor. If they need the money, we'll get them eye surgeries and things like that, classes if they're low income families. So this is a really good program for us. We've screened almost 500,000 kids in almost 16 years now doing this program. So it costs about $7 to screen a kid in Iowa. So we're asking anyone if wants to donate $7 tonight to our GoFundMe page to do that. If you do that, you'll be able to save one kid's sight here in the state of Iowa.
And we definitely have that link in the YouTube video out here on YouTube, folks, for tonight's video for the Button Box Super Series. If you go into the description, you will see the link to the GoFundMe page. Definitely, folks out there, it's a noble cause. It's definitely helping children out there with improving eyesight and getting them definitely the care and attention they need. And Paul, definitely a noble cause to be coming up here tonight and representing that. Is there anything else that you would like to let the audience know?
I'd like to let them know that 100% of their proceeds tonight will go to the foundation. The foundation does not have any administrative costs whatsoever. We do that through a separate fund, through our own money we raise ourselves. So all of your money will 100% will go to the cause. No administrative costs, no anything like that.
Well, there you have it, folks. Definitely a noble cause. 100% of your donations going to help children in need. Multiple different entities underneath the Iowa Lions Foundation, as Paul had mentioned. So, folks, if you get out there, take a look at the description link. Make sure you see the GoFundMe link. And if you want to donate, like Paul said, $7, simple donation definitely can change a child's life. Paul, thank you very much for coming up and talking a little bit about it in the booth. We'll be back to talk with you after tonight's race, again, to reach out to the audience, let them know about the Iowa Lions Foundation.
Hey, I appreciate it. Hopefully everybody enjoys my home track tonight. We're going to try to put on a good show for you guys.
Good luck and have a great race there, bud.
Thank you.
There you have it, folks. Such a heartfelt gesture there by Paul Fugit coming on board to talk a little bit about the Iowa Lions Foundation. Tonight's race, the Iowa Lions Foundation 100 here at Iowa Speedway. It's going to be 100 laps of super late model race action. Let's take a look about the racetrack here at Iowa Speedway tonight. Close to the 7/8 mile track, 67 degrees in the air, 42% humidity, clear skies, and a matching 67 degrees down there on the pavement. And I tell you what, folks, a lot of grip is going to provide a lot of great race action here at Iowa Speedway. Coming into tonight, it is week 3 in the Button Box Super Series. Coming into tonight as well, getting the pole, the Dean Satellite and Security Pole Award went to Derek Holzhausen, setting down the fast time during qualifications. But if you've paid attention and watched the Semi-Auto Racing Association, they love to do inverts. So the chances of catching Holzhausen on the pole here tonight in the starting pole position will be minimal, as they will have a starting invert. Did not receive the number as to how many cars they will be inverting here, but they will definitely have an invert at the time we go down to the grid. And of course, if you've been watching the Super Series the last couple weeks, New Hampshire opened up back on January 26th. It was Derek Robinson, by a little bit of a controversy, taking victory in that race. Daniel Pope II jumped the final restart, ended up coming across the start-finish line first, but was deemed disqualified due to jumping the final restart with about 3 laps to go. So it was Derek Robinson being deemed winner in week number 1. Last week at Lucas Oil Raceway, Jeremy Allen coming away with a victory. It was a hard-fought battle, green-white checkered there at Lucas Oil. So definitely can expect some great competition out of a great league here this Thursday night. And the Button Box Shop, talking about the sponsors there. Let's get a quick look at our sponsors here. The Button Box Shop, of course, Charlie Kuzma out there on Facebook. Check out the Button Box Shop. He's got a lot of great products out there. He'll take requests of what you may need for your sim racing or simulation needs. HeinzPride.com, Dean Satellite Security, The Car Show, Dunleavy's Truck and Trailer Repair, Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments, the Iowa Lions Foundation, Toxic Media Solutions, JVM Racing, and Tundra Super Late Models. And folks, they are now making their way to the grid, so let's go on down and get you that gridding action. So it will be the number 32 of Trevor Edwards starting on the pole here tonight. Again, Holzhausen winning the Dean Satellite and Security Pole Award. But due to the invert, so 7-car invert here tonight, the number 73 of Matt Cooker will start today outside of row number 1. Inside of row number 2 in the third position here tonight, the number 7 of Daryl Hamlin will see the 39 of Bill Martin to the outside. In row number 3 to the inside lane and rounding out your top 5 here tonight, the number 37 of Tim Bills. He's going to have Kevin J. Myers to the outside in the 67 machine. Your pole winner here tonight, Holzhausen, will start inside of row number 4 to the outside, the number 94 of Daniel Williamson. Richie Davidowitz and Jeremy Allen in that 5th row and rounding out your top 10. Looking on back, Craig Bontrager, Matt Rolfe, Ian Lane, Daniel Pope, Cody McCauley, Jeremy Adams, Josh Berry, John Leidy, Paul Fugit, and Travis Warling through 20. Michael German, Brad Carpenter, Brad Lawson, Clay Snyder, Tanner Cook, Jordan Erickson, Michael Baxter, Brandon Wilkinson, Mark Royer, Matthew Eddy, Derek Robinson, and Scott Dunlap, your 32-car field here at Iowa. And again, tonight, always a pleasure to have Ryan X9 cameras on board, folks. Taking you down to the wall to catch that intensity that is down there on the track. They will go for one more lap of pace before we get the green flag, and it'll be 100 laps here at Iowa Speedway of super late models here for the Button Box Super Series. As they make their way to the start-finish line, the flag stand gives the 1-to-go signal. Lights off the pace car into the first turn. It'll be hitting pit road after the Sunoco fuel sign in turn number 4. Trevor Edwards will be setting that initial pace to the green. And it's going to be a great one. 32 cars on the field here tonight, folks. Here we go. Pace cars heading into turn number 3. Week number 3 in the Button Box Super Series about to get underway. As the pace car into the 4th turn, ready to go down pit road. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come. As they make their way through the 4th turn, the pace car hits pit road. We're ready to go racing. Green flag flies. We're racing. Take a look up front. It is the 32 of Trevor Edwards that is holding on to a 2/10-second lead over the 73 of Matt Cooker. Back in 3rd, Daryl Hamlin. Bill Martin looking to make a move there on the number 7 machine as they head into turn number 3. A swing wide by the 73 of Cooker, looking for some outside momentum. He's going to have it into the front stretch. And as they cross the start-finish line, Hamlin's going to hold on to 3rd. But here comes the Rocket Pop machine, the number 39 of Bill Martin right behind him. And now Daryl Hamlin looking to the inside. We're going to see 2 different groups here tonight. Right here's a prime example, an outside group that's going to catch momentum off of 4. But if somebody can hold the inside line with the temperatures being as cool as they are, as we're seeing the number 7 of Daryl Hamlin now, he's looking to the inside of the 73 of Cooker, and he's got a nose over him into the backstretch here on lap number 4. Side-by-side action into the 3rd turn. Daryl Hamlin looking to make a move. He's trying to clear the 73 out of 4. Can he do it? Not going to have it. The outside line holds the momentum. And ladies and gentlemen, the first caution flag coming out tonight as we look back through the field. This one may have been a quick doozy here. We're going to go back and follow the 56 of Wilkinson. Maybe you can shed some light on this first caution tonight. And as we follow the 56 of Wilkinson, not really showing anything happening. So if it was a quick, and you could tell by the tire tracks, there was just a quick spin. So nothing really to draw interest in capturing the replay. And again tonight, folks, the Iowa Lions Foundation 100, week number 3 of the Button Box Super Series. As we follow the pace car into the third turn. I believe that is Tanner Cook getting a wave around. All night long, folks, in the description of the YouTube video that we have out there, there is a GoFundMe link. Paul Fugit coming in talking pre-race about the great work that the Iowa Lions Foundation covers, especially the Iowa School of the Deaf, Leader Dogs for the Blind, Camp Courageous of Iowa, Iowa Lions Hearing Aid Bank, the Lions Eye Bank, Kids Site, just to name a few of the organizations that they handle. Basically $7, folks. A $7 donation guarantees that 100% of your $7 will go to fund possible surgery, an exam, something along those lines for children in need that may not have it, a means of getting an exam or possible surgery. And again, we'll bring Paul Fugit back in a little bit later tonight to talk a little bit more about the Iowa Lions Foundation and the great work that they do. Pace car makes its way here on lap number 7 to the start-finish line. It should see the 1-to-go signal this time by. Cars will begin bunching up back double file next lap. We should be back ringing on lap number 10. So far, the number 32 of Trevor Edwards is the leader here tonight, starting in the pole position. Out of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, the Wheeling and Dealing Motorsports. Blazers Collision, a little bit of Menards on that machine as well. The number 56 of Brandon Wilkinson to the outside. Wilkinson, fairly new to the series. As we take you down there and show you Trevor Edwards' car. It was this guy right here, the 87 of Derek Holzhausen. Holzhausen scored the pole position here tonight, winning the Dean Satellite and Security Award. The Yamaha-sponsored Ford Mustang 87 machine there. So we're ready to go back racing on lap number 10 as the flag stand gets the 1-to-go signal. Lights come off the pace car. If you'd like to know more about this league, you can find them on the web at racesara.com, folks. Here we go. Pace car takes them into turn 3. As they make their way through the 4th turn, the Mustang iRacing pace car heads to pit road. They get on the throttle. Green flag flies. We're back to race on lap number 10. Following your race leader, Trevor Edwards, pulling away to a quarter-second lead over the 73 of Matt Cucker. Back behind him, side-by-side action yet again between Bill Martin and Darrell Hamlin. Hamlin to the inside as he works his way down to the low side of turns 3 and 4. Martin's going to stay in the middle groove as they fade their cars towards the wall in the front stretch. Back behind him, Myers and Bill's going at it. Bill's to the high side, Myers to the inside, the number 67 car. And he's going to look to clear Bill's in the backstretch. Tim Bill's holding on to the high side. Back behind Tim Bill's is the number 5 of Matt Rolfe. Last week had to run a different number as he had a different driver in the series come in, Thomas Hazard. But he is back to running the number 5 here tonight. Bill Martin will give way to the 7 of Darrell Hamlin. Hamlin's going to put some pressure on Tucker now. As we jump back and follow Tim Bills, it does look like Kevin Myers has passed him, but here comes the 37 just as the caution flag comes out. And it looks like the number 3 of Clay Snyder involved in this second caution. Drop back the replay and we'll take a look. The number 3 machine making his way around the track. The T4X Racing APCO shocks the sponsors on that Brian Clussen tribute car. Clay Snyder. See 3 wide action at one point, and right ahead of him you're going to see Davidowitz get into it a little bit there in the number 45 machine. That is Jordan Erickson, and they're going to create a traffic congestion here out of turn number 2. That is going to bring Erickson down into the side of the 16 machine. That is Daniel Pope. And there we see Snyder getting turned right around, and he'll come to a stop there. Contact initial between Erickson. And there's Snyder down on pit road. Get another wave around. At the time, he was 2 or 3 laps down. He's going to be back 2 laps down now. One more wave around, he'll be back on the lead lap. Clay Snyder looking to be relegated back to 31st position. Down on pit road, and I'm not sure we're going to see him back out. Few drivers getting down pit road tonight. We've seen the number 20 or the number 2 of Scott Dunlap had about an 8-second pit time. They're not allowed to take tires here in Iowa, folks, in this race tonight. They can drop down and get some fuel. As we take a look, we're going to take a look down pit road. See a bunch of them heading down that way. Couple of the drivers on pit road now. Daniel Pope makes his way down, as well as Paul Fugit. Name a couple of the drivers. Tanner Cook is actually going to, he hit pit road, got in and got out with a 23-second pit time. Into lap 17 they go. We'll see the lights come off the pace car the next time around. It'll be lap number 19 when we'll see the green flag. And again, another shout out to tonight's sponsors, the Button Box Shop. Check them out on Facebook, providing custom button boxes for all your simulation needs, whether it be racing, flight sims alike. They do make some great custom button boxes. For quality sheepskin and leather products, check out HydesPride.com. Dean's Satellite Security, the Car Show, that's Bill Martin, the Rocket Pop Machine. Dunleavy Truck and Trailer Repair, Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments. Lions Foundation, as we've seen here tonight, the race, the Iowa Lions Foundation 100, Toxic Media Solutions, JBM Racing, and Tundra Super Late Models, your series sponsors for tonight. As they begin bunching up, the one to go flag signal from the flag stand, if I can get my words right. Once again, the lights off the Mustang iRacing pace car as it heads through turns 1 and 2. It'll be the 32 of Trevor Edwards, who's led the first 17 laps of this race, taking us back to green. Pace car into turn number 3. Matt Cucker's going to be to the outside. Hamlin and Martin your front four. Here we go. As they work their way into the fourth turn, the pace car dives down pit road. They're going to get on the throttle. Here they go. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. To the first turn here on lap number 20 is the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Underneath a 2/10 of a second race lead, Matt Cucker's back behind him. Back in 7th position, Matt Rolfe looking to the inside of Kevin Myers as they head into turn number 3. He's going to try to work the lower groove. Now up in the battle for second. Here comes the number 7 of Darrell Hamlin right behind the 73 of Matt Cucker. Bill Martin looking to put some pressure on the low side as well. Side-by-side action again around Matt Rolfe. To the high side of Rolfe is the 02 of Jeremy Allen, week 2 winner last week at Lucas Oil Raceway. Myers now to the high side of Rolfe as they come through the start-finish line into lap number 22. Rolfe working the low groove here tonight. Up to the front. It's a battle for second. Cucker barely edging out the number 7 of Darrell Hamlin, who again works the lower groove through 3 and 4, but it is the higher groove that is panning the momentum into the front stretch and keeping that 73 car in front of the 7. Here comes Bill Martin looking to thread the needle between the two. Back in 4th position. He's going to look still to the high side. Martin, he's one of the drivers that likes to run the line that no one else is running, and right now running the same line though as Matt Cucker, and Cucker now looking to the bumper of Trevor Edwards into turn 1. Martin to the outside of Hamlin. 4-car battle here for the first 2 positions. Trevor Edwards turning it up before turn number 3 will return to about a 0.15 second lead over the 73 of Cucker. Hamlin, Martin door locked across the start-finish line. Hamlin looking to the inside in turn number 1. Here comes Martin. Working his way to the outside as they fade into the backstretch. Here on lap number 25. Single file action back behind him, but Matt Rolfe looking to put some pressure on Kevin Myers to the low side yet again. 2 different lines from 2 different drivers, and Rolfe looking to find some extra real estate before turn number 1, but the 67 of Myers is going to settle up on the high side. Hamlin will have the position over Martin heading into turn number 3 here on lap 26 as they work their lower groove yet again, trying to gain the ground on Cucker, who's in 2nd position. Single file action now for the first 5 positions. Some good green flag running so far here on the night. For those of you just tuning in or just watching, last caution flag came out on lap number 12. To give you a little bit of perspective there. Went back green on lap 19. Almost had 10 laps of green flag racing so far. Rolfe looking to the inside yet again of Myers. in the battle for sixth position. Not going to be able to have it. Bontrager will look to get passed by the 9 of Josh Berry. Berry's going to swing to the high side, though. Looking for a little crossover action comes the 49 of Bontrager across the start-finish line. He's going to dive it underneath the 9 into turn 1. Berry to the high side. It's going to continue to work. Jeremy Allen and Matt Rolfe will be side by side. Derek Robinson throwing himself into the mix underneath Jeremy Allen into turn number 3. Oh, nearly getting pinched coming off the fourth turn. That is going to bring Robinson right to the bumper of Jeremy Allen. Rolfe looking to the inside of Myers yet again as they head through turn number 2 towards the backstretch here on lap number 30, just trying to find the momentum. Robinson underneath Allen will look to be underneath Rolfe coming off of turn 4. We may have some 3 wide action briefly off of turn 4. And Jeremy Allen going to go crossover. 3 wide action into turn number 1, and Jeremy Allen. How about that, folks? 3 wide action into the backstretch. But Jeremy Allen not able to hold on to the lower groove. Is going to settle up right behind Rolfe. He'll come back down to the middle groove, and now Matt Rolfe trying to look underneath. Myers just ahead. It's a 4-pack right across the start-finish line. As the number 8 of Derek Robinson to the inside of Kevin Myers. Looking to gain a little bit of position here. And Allen trying to beat Robinson down to the yellow line. A tight fit 3 wide off of turn 4. Oh, and nearly missing some contact there. Allen really pushing it to the limits, working that lower groove. Rolfe's going to swing to the high side. He's not able to capitalize on anything down low. He's going to try the high side, nearly flirting with the wall off of turn 2. And how about this? Myers and Allen really locking it up into 3. 3 wide action continues again out of turn 4. This time, it is going to be Derek Robinson moving just ahead. Rolfe found something on the outside. He's going to move up into 6, and now it looks like Myers is going to pass Allen in the backstretch here on lap 34. As they continue to work their way through turn number 4, here comes Jeremy Allen firing back to the inside of the 67 of Kevin Myers. Meanwhile, in that action, we see that there has been a lead change here tonight. The number 7 of Darrell Hamlin has passed the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Coming out of turn number 2, here comes the 39 of Bill Martin looking to the inside. Cucker still holding on to 3rd position just by a nose. He's going to cross over. Wow. Barely wiped the nose of Bill Martin there at the start-finish line, and the 73 of Cucker begins to go to work inside the 32 of Trevor Edwards, and another caution flag is going to come out. And I believe our pole sitter here tonight is going to be involved in this one. Jeremy Allen as well. Jeremy Allen, heavy damage on that 0-2 machine. Let's go back and take a look. And Allen having a little bit of contact, but here comes Josh Berry. Berry's going to be side by side with Myers. And Allen looks like he's going to receive a little bit of contact from Myers right in the turn. Oh, and that is a nasty hit from the 67 of Myers. Going to spin the 0-2 right around. And of course, see the 99 and the 49 Bontrager, the 49 machine, the 99 car. Getting in there and having a little bit of contact. He's going to deflect off the side of it, and that was Brad Lawson. And right there, insult to injury, comes the Yamaha 87, the pole sitter here tonight, Derek Holzhausen. Pretty much to finish off the 0-2 of Jeremy Allen in the Ford machine, which will spin out and have some heavy damage right there on the apron. And that is just painful to watch right there. As we look down pit road, you can see the 0-2 of Allen still sitting down there. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, Jeremy Allen taking victory last week at Lucas Oil Raceway. And again, folks, out there in the description of the YouTube link here tonight, looking to reach a fundraiser of $250. $7 donations will ensure that kids will have a chance, less fortunate kids will have a chance at an eye exam, possible eye surgery alike for the Iowa Lions Foundation. Some great work that they do, folks. Well, you definitely stick around after tonight's race and talk a little bit with Paul Fugit. We'll talk a little bit with Paul Fugit and capture more information about the Iowa Lions Foundation and their GoFundMe page. A look at your race summary here on lap 39. Darrell Hamlin, current race leader, out of 38 complete, 1 lead change, 3 total cautions here tonight. Here's a look at your running top 5 order. Hamlin, Cooker, Edwards, Martin, and Robinson. Like that wave around. Brad Lawson will receive a wave around the pace car. And the lucky dog position back in 26th position, the number 99. Will get to work his way back around the track. So it is the number 7 of Darrell Hamlin. Out of Christiansburg, Virginia, the T4X Racing teammate making his way up. The ugly stick machine. Crossing that start finish line. The lights should come off the pace car this time by. Should be back green on lap 42. And tonight's camera is brought to you by Ryan X9 of X9 Cameras. Always a pleasure to get you down close to the action. I don't even think a bug could get you this kind of action, folks. We're just happy to have X9 Cameras on hand here tonight. Pace car looking to head into the pits. It's going to be Darrell Hamlin taking us back to the green as the pace car heads in. They get on the throttle. Here they come. Green flag flies. We're back to the race on lap 2. Hamlin has pulled away to 2/10 of a second lead over the 73 of Cooker. Here comes Robinson looking to the inside of Trevor Edwards as he dives underneath the 32 into turn number 3. Nearly 3 wide action back behind him as Rolf to the high side of Martin will have to check up. Swinging up to the high side comes the number 9 of Josh Berry. Right in front of Bill Martin, creating a little check up into turn 1. Martin will check up. Now the 89 of Jeremy Adams looking to the inside. Oh, and a wiggle action from Martin as he was trying to climb the track, but found the door of the 89, and Bontrager right off the wall. No caution flag. Finally, the caution flag comes out. A little bit of contact there, and still some collision right before pit road. And as we see the 49 of Kevin Bontrager making his way down. Let's go back and take a look. I think he climbed the wall in turn 3. right there, we've seen a little bit of crossover from Jeremy Adams, and Bontracker's going to try to come right back up the track. He's going to get right into the side of the 24 car and force himself up the wall. Even with Saferberry and John Lighty right there. See the damage on John Lighty's car. Bontracker's going to create a heck of a spin. I believe we've seen Matthew Eddy as well, the number 88 machine, go for a spin. Myers is going to come up avoid it, and Michael Baxter as well. A few of the drivers down on pit road trying to get the dents banged out before they get back out on the track. So 4 cautions here tonight before the halfway point of tonight's race. It looks like the longest green flag run that we had was between caution flag 2 and 3. It's almost about 20 laps of green flag racing. Tonight, whether it's on Facebook Live, iRacing Live, YouTube, or Twitch, we do thank you for tuning in here to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. If you'd like to know more about us and see our scheduled events coming up, you can find us on the web at forgebroadcasting.com. We're also on Facebook. Take a like, give a like there. Just look up Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Paint scheme down there on Matt Rolf's car. Down there and take a look at it. Running the Iowa Lions Club paint scheme on the number 5 machine tonight. Paying homage to the Iowa Lions Foundation here for the Iowa Lions Foundation 100 at Iowa Speedway. Sure, he's happy to be running the number 5 again this week. Last week was running the 33 as Thomas Hazard snuffed him out and got the number 5 number first. It was a first come first served basis, forcing this guy here to run the 33 last week at Lucas Oil Raceway. Definitely a nice looking paint scheme on that car. Off the pace car, we're going to be back green on lap number 50. Darrell Hamlin will be taking us back to the green. The number 73 of Matt Cooker, who's been running second all night, will be to the outside. Trevor Edwards and Derek Robinson will round out your front 4. Go. Pace car into turn number 4. We'll see pit road this time by. There it goes. Hamlin will get on the throttle. Here he comes. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. In the front stretch, Cooker to the high side. It was Trevor Edwards in the middle, and Derek Robinson was looking to the low side as he's doing in the backstretch now. Caution flag comes out yet again. And the 78 of Tanner Cook looks to be involved in this one. Let's go back and take a look. Tanner Cook right in front of Tim Bills behind Michael Baxter. And I don't know if this is going to be a self-spin. And it looks like there's a little bit of checkup there between Bill Martin and Derek Holzhausen, excuse me. And that'll send the 78 with contact spinning around there in turn number 2. And Clay Snyder. A little bit of sparks coming off the car. It's able to squeeze right through that narrow passage on the high side, right behind the 78 of Tanner Cook. So 8 or 9 of the top 10 drivers have not been down pit road for fuel. It's one of the things we seen last week. Had a bunch of cautions, about 13 cautions at Lucas Oil last week. And Jeremy Allen talking about the fuel strategy with that. And there we'll see the 37 of Tim Bills get the wave around. Jeremy Allen talking about the fuel strategy. Had to go in. He did not have enough fuel per se and had to go into fuel conservation mode. And with the help of the cautions, helped him save a little bit of fuel. Was able to take that 0-2 car all the way to victory lane last week. This week has not had the same bit of success. Got about 5 or 6 cars down on pit road. Don't know if we're going to see him back out tonight. Derek Holthausen, one of them. Cody McCauley, Jordan Erickson, 2 of the drivers involved early on in the first caution here tonight, have pulled it out of their pits, put their cars in the hauler. And again, if you have time tonight, folks, check out the description in the YouTube video here tonight. There's a GoFundMe link here for the Iowa Lions Foundation and the good work that they do. We'll be bringing in Paul Fugit to talk a little bit about them again after tonight's race is complete. We hope that you will stick around and listen to what Fugit has to say, because there's great things that the Iowa Lions Foundation is doing for the less fortunate children out there. $7 donation will get a child an eye exam. May not be able to get one through conventional means. And again, as said, 100% of your donation will strictly go. There's no admin costs, as some charities may have. The 100% of what you donate will go to help children in need. We should see the lights come off the pace car this time by and be back green on lap number 57. Darrell Hamlin, who has 22 laps led here tonight, be taking us back green, but he'll have Derek Robinson to the outside this time, as Matt Cucker has fallen back. I believe Cucker went down pit road and grabbed about 4 seconds worth of fuel. And there we see the lights come off the pace car. go, folks. Ready to go back green. Pace car makes its way into turn number 4. Hamlin, Robinson up front. Pace car into the pits. They get on the throttle. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. Crossing the start-finish line, what a battle for second. As Trevor Edwards is now going to edge out Josh Berry. Robinson falls back to 4th. Josh Berry to the inside. He's going to look to edge out Trevor Edwards into turn 3. Looking to the inside, here comes the number 9 of Josh Berry. Into second position into lap 59. Derek Robinson will look to climb to the inside of Edwards. Matt Rolfe back there in 5th position. And again, as I like to say, car numbers in their position. Number 5 and 5. That's a lottery number for you there, folks. Pick 3, pick 4, pick 5, pick the number 5. And add that to your lottery numbers this week. Just remember, if you win, tip the hat to Digital Forge. Trevor Edwards now edging out Rolfe. Rolfe to the inside of Robinson. Here comes Davidowitz. Richie Davidowitz to the inside of Robinson. Jeremy Adams looking to catch up in the mix. The 89 now looking to the inside of the 8 of Robinson. Rolfe looking to the inside of Edwards. Will settle up behind him. A little swing action. He's going to run the high line into turns 1 and 2. Underneath will come the 59 of Richie Davidowitz. Looks to settle up right behind the 5 in the backstretch here. Lap 61. Derek Robinson taking the 59 down to the apron. As he runs the yellow line off of turn number 4. Will be behind Rolfe into 1. What a battle, folks. This is some great racing. Hamlin has now a quarter-second lead over Berry as they work their way down the backstretch. Derek Robinson back behind Davidowitz, inside of Rolfe in turns 3 and 4. Jeremy Adams looked like he caught a little bit of apron and may have caught a little bit of wall in the front stretch. 4-car battle into turns 1 and 2. Trevor Edwards holding off 2 cars. Davidowitz nowhere to go. He's going to settle up behind Rolfe, but again, here comes Robinson down to the apron in turns 3 and 4. Trying to gain a little bit of track space there behind the 59 of Davidowitz. Brad Carpenter in the mix now to the inside of Bill Martin. You're going to make contact. Martin will have to check up highly to the high side there of Carpenter. That's going to bring around Ian Lane to the inside, the number 98 machine. Will look to make his way off of turn 4 in 12th position. Martin will fall back to 13th, and now Michael Baxter in 14th is going to look to the inside of the 39. Robinson yet again now behind Rolfe at the apron in turns 3 and 4. This is a groove he's really liking right now, and we can see why. Nearly coming up into the side of Richie Davidowitz into turn 1. Front stretch there providing a little bit of frustration for the 8 machine. Rolfe to the inside of Edwards as they fire down the backstretch into the 3rd turn. Rolfe again will work that lower line. We've seen this in Irwindale. He loves to run the apron style lines, fading them out into the front stretch. And it does look like he's able to hold with Edwards, but Edwards on the high side is going to have some momentum. Robinson looks like he's finally almost edging out Davidowitz. And this time Rolfe is going to stay up behind Edwards. May have saw something. Little wiggle action there from Robinson as he caught the apron. That'll send the 59 of Davidowitz by on the high side. Adams to his bumper now. And now Edwards is going to come down low. Josh Berry for the race lead, side by side with Darrell Hamlin. Will we have another lead change? Off of turn 4, Fugit heading down pit road. Barry has got a nose over Hamlin, and I believe yes, he does take over the race lead, barely giving us another lead change here tonight. And Josh Berry starting 17th on the grid, now fighting with the 7 of Darrell Hamlin for the race lead. The next time by, it's going to be 30 laps remaining in the race here tonight, and what a battle. The longer this race stays green, the more battling we're getting to see here as Matt Rolfe, as Barry clears Hamlin, now Edwards holding off Rolfe. Here comes Robinson to the inside of Rolfe. Scott Dunlap tonight in the top 10. Number 2 machine definitely on the marker of improvement. Back behind him is a guy who's been running in second for the most part of the night, the 73 of Matt Cucker. Cucker's going to look to the inside of Dunlap into turn 3, working that lower groove. It's all about preference here tonight, and Cucker's going to bounce off the quarter panel of Scott Dunlap in the front stretch. Michael German and Jeremy Adams going at it out of turn number 2 in the backstretch. Adams with the momentum on the high side, but the 13 of German now looking to the inside. Adams looks like he's going to win out that battle and hold on to his 7th position slot. Still a battle of epic proportion here between Matt Rolfe and Trevor Edwards. Rolfe doing everything he can to get around this 32 car, and he can just not find a break for the opportunity to pass. As we see him to the high side coming out of turn number 2, Derek Robinson. A little bit of fake move there from low to high sides. Dangerous move if you're in traffic, but he's got the wherewithal to know he's out there by himself to be able to make those kind of moves, and he's gaining ground quick, crossing that start-finish line. It'll be 25 to go the next time by. Josh Berry still leading by 0.4 of a second over the 7 of Darrell Hamlin. The battle here that we're watching is for 3rd. Tanner Cook on his way down to pit road. And Robinson! Oh my! Clearing the sinuses of Trevor Edwards into turn number 1. Edwards is going to have to fight back, and he'll do so. Davidowitz now to the bumper of Robinson. Robinson underneath Edwards into turn 3. Rolfe finally in a breathing position, now in 3rd position. The battle behind him, however, these 3 cars going at it for 4th position. Robinson's currently got a nose over Edwards. Davidowitz is right there. And Davidowitz on point with Derek Robinson, just ahead. It's as almost if he's hooked to the 8x trailer hitch. Single file action as we jump outside the top 10. Trying to capture a little battle action here. We're with the 94 of Williamson, excuse me. Williamson behind Myers. Trying to run the cushion there up by the wall. A little dirt track terminology for you there, folks. In anticipation of its release coming up. Back up front, all by his lonesome, almost a 1-second lead. It's going to be 20 laps to go the next time by for the number 9 of Josh Berry, who has 12 laps led here tonight. The guy behind him, Darrell Hamlin, has a total of 35 laps led. Trevor Edwards tonight, the first 32 laps led. Quick look at your race summary with 20 to go. 2 lead changes, 5 cautions. Berry, Hamlin, Rolfe, Edwards, and Robinson, your top 5. Clay Snyder down there on the apron, possibly heading to pit road. Matt Rolfe passing Mark Royer to the high side out of turn number 2. Lap car creating a little bit of chaos now for these guys who like to run it low. Here comes Robinson down low. He's going to have to stay to the high side there of Royer. Off of 4, right behind Davidowitz, has slowed him up just a little bit. Now a nice little battle here between Adams and Gurman. Adams, the 89 to the high side. Here comes the 13 of Michael Gurman to the inside. And again, Mark Royer, the lap traffic to the low side, forcing the 13 up. Boy, he almost went right in the side of Jeremy Adams. Adams is going to swing by on the high side. Here comes Matt Cucker as well into 9th position. He's going to be side by side with Gurman. Into the backstretch, lap 84, the 73 of Cucker to the high side of the 13 of Gurman. The battle here for 8th position is going to swing way to the 73 as he has the momentum on the outside line coming across the start-finish line with 16 to go. Davidowitz now looking to challenge Edwards here for 4th. Robinson must have burnt a little grip on the tires as he's now fallen off the pace just a little bit. That time around, Derek Robinson ran a 23.777 against the Trevor Edwards 771. See just a little bit there, and now another car in the mix there. That's Brandon Wilkinson, the 56 machine. To the low side, we'll see Davidowitz stay high as well as Robinson. Less than 15 laps to go here in Iowa, folks, this Thursday night. Week number 3 in the Button Box Super Series, or the Button Box Shop Super Series. And now Davidowitz looking to the inside of Edwards. And Richie Davidowitz. Not quite enough momentum to pass the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Edwards still holding on to 4th. Josh Berry has checked out to almost a 2-second lead. 12 laps to go, and the number 9 of Josh Berry over 2 seconds lead over the 7 of Darrell Hamlin. Almost another second back behind him is the number 5 of Matt Rolfe in 3rd. And then we have a nice battle with these 3 cars right here. Davidowitz finally edging out Trevor Edwards. There we see Paul Fugit down there on the apron. Here comes the number 8 of Derek Robinson, looking to the inside of Edwards. Into the backstretch, Derek Robinson. Looks like he'll clear Trevor Edwards this time by in the front stretch with 10 to go. Davidowitz looking to run down the number 5 of Matt Rolfe. As you can see, the driver behind time. That is Richie Davidowitz's time back behind Matt Rolfe, and it's about steady between 0.4 and a half a second behind the 5 car. But he is gaining here. How about this? Here comes Davidowitz. With 8 laps to go, really starting to put the pressure on Matt Rolfe now. Rolfe has been in a comfortable 3rd position here for about the last 30 laps. Here comes Richie Davidowitz to the inside of Matt Rolfe. He's going to be side by side out of turn 4 into the front stretch. Not quite enough to clear Rolf. Rolf's going to have to turn it up a notch. I'm not sure he's got anything for Davidowitz here. Davidowitz really working with 7 laps to go, diving it underneath the 5 in turn 3. And Richie Davidowitz yet again in the front stretch will have a nose over Matt Rolf. Tanner Cook, the lap traffic just ahead. And now Rolf swinging wide, will have to slow up. Anticipating contact with Tanner Cook, that's going to give the 59 of Richie Davidowitz third position here with 6 laps to go. Five laps remaining. Josh Berry, almost a 3-second lead over Darrell Hamlin. Pretty much has checked out up in first position. Davidowitz has passed Matt Rolf for third. Robinson looking to run down the 5 machine. As they cross the start and finish line with 4 to go, a little bit of lap time for you. Derek Robinson's last lap time was a 23.790, a 24.082 out of Matt Rolf. So you can definitely tell the number 8 is coming and coming quick. He's got less than 3 laps at the start-finish line to do it. Can he get around the number 5 of Matt Rolf and claim 4th position here tonight? As there are now less than 3 laps to go. Robinson. Driver here. How about that nearly shotgun on the field? In 5th position with 3 to go. Looking to the inside of Mark Royer. Dives it down to the apron. He's going to fight with Rolf. It's going to be 2 laps to go this time by. And Robinson now on the bumper of Rolf, looking to the inside. They're going to see the white flag the next time by, and Robinson may just clear Matt Rolf in the backstretch and move up into 4th. Will not have enough that time, but this time he's going to clear him out of 4. White flag in the air as Josh Berry crosses the start-finish line. This is about the closest battle we got on the track right now is Derek Robinson trying to edge out Matt Rolf. Here is your race leader just 2 turns away. Josh Berry, week number 3 in the Button Box Shop Super Series, will take victory here at Iowa Speedway for the Iowa Lions Foundation 100. Davidowitz will not catch Hamlin. Hamlin will finish 2nd, and it looks like Robinson will clear Rolf to finish 4th. Rolf will round out your top 5. Fireworks in the air. And there is your winner right there, folks. Josh Berry. And he's going to make his way in the infield, all right, over to pit road and do a little burnout right there next to victory lane. And we'll show you the race summary real quick here, folks. Josh Berry obviously taking victory. 2 lead changes here tonight, 5 total cautions. And a look at your results on the screen. We'll look to get some driver interviews for you here. Just waiting for the drivers to finish up there with their cars, and we'll get you a driver interview momentarily. While we are waiting to get some driver interviews here tonight, we're going to bring in Matt Rolf tonight with a beautiful paint scheme on that car, the Iowa Lions Foundation logo there on the car here tonight. Matt, and I know you had some words that you'd like to express to the Iowa Lions Foundation. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I just wanted to come in here and thanks to the Iowa Lions Foundation and Paul Fugate for jumping on board for this race. It's always nice to be able to support, a charity or something other than just a league when we are able to do these kind of things. So I just wanted to come in here and thank them, and it was cool to run the logo on my hood here tonight and get a decent run out of it. Ran pretty well for most of the night, and so glad to put it in the top 5. And I'm actually the most thing I'm glad about is just being able to have a lot more green flag laps. We had a rough race last week, and it was nice to be able to turn around here and get a lot more green flag racing in. So it was a good show to put on for the Iowa Lions Foundation.
Definitely, to say, a great race indeed. Once we got into some green flag racing, we had some battle. And while we got you, we saw a little battle there that you had with Davidowitz and Robinson as well tonight. They're both able to edge you out there, pushing you back into 5th. So the number 5 finishing 5. Like I always say, folks, the number 5, use that for lottery numbers. If you're going out and buying some Powerball, some pick 3, 4, or 5, number 5 here tonight, Matt Rolfe. You can thank this guy for giving you the opportunity of it. A little omen there. But tell us a little bit about the battle there with Robinson there at the end. He was able to edge you out and get into 4th.
Yeah, we had a pretty good race. Our whole team, the T4X team, we used probably 3 or 4 different setups between the team, but we all had top 10 runs for the most part. I think Clay was the only one that finished back, but he was involved in a wreck. But the rest of us were in the top 10. It looks like Daryl, his setup worked pretty good. He led a bunch of laps, and my setup was a rocket ship early on. But once we got that long green flag run there at the end, I was flying up on there on the outside groove near the wall, but it was killing the right rear tire. And so by the end of it, I was just so loose off the corner, I had to keep lifting. And that's where those guys got me at the end. They were just a little bit more stable. So good run to them. They definitely earned it. But I'll take a top 5. It's a good run.
All right. Well, congratulations on your top 5 finish. We're looking forward to seeing you next week.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right, folks. Since we got number 5, it wouldn't be right if we didn't get the number 4 guy here tonight. The guy who started 31st on the grid, able to edge out Matt Rolfe. Since we're going to talk to the top 3, might as well go ahead and get 4th position and not leave out Mr. Robinson. Definitely the Hard Charger Award here tonight. Going to you, Derek. Tell us a little bit about it. I mean, we've seen this before, especially in the last season with the Super Lates, that you may not have the best qualifying run, but you're able to hard chart your way through the field time and time again. And tonight, from 31st to 4th, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's basically I had a Q set from last time we raced here, which was a long time ago, and I tried that in practice, and it was okay. And I just asked Matt for his set, and I just tried it out in the beginning of qualifying. It was way too tight, so I was slow. And I don't even think it would have mattered anyways. My other set was slow too. But I don't usually put a lot of time into my Q sets, which is kind of given. I don't do it on purpose. I could have a great set, Edwards or Barry or whoever else who's usually fast, Martin. They can probably give me their set and I'd still suck. And it's just one of those things. I'm more of a rhythm guy, which probably kind of explains why I can drive my way up through the field. And tonight, it was just one of those nights again, just try to stay out of trouble. And I knew passing low was going to be key, and that's where I made the majority of my passes until I started getting up there with the faster guys, and it got a little tougher. But all in all, it was a good night.
Definitely a hard-fought night for you to get up there into 4th position, especially passing Matt Rolfe there late in the race. Congratulations on your 4th place finish tonight. We look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, thanks, bud.
All right, folks, we're going to go live now to the number 59 of Richie Davidowitz, coming in 3rd position here tonight. He fought his way through the field and once he got past Matt Rolfe there, pretty much had an open field trying to run down Darrell Hamlin there at the end. But you're able to take that Davis Technologies machine, get a podium finish, finishing 3rd here at Iowa Week number 3, the Button Box Shop Super Series. Tell us a little bit about your race here tonight.
We qualified a lot better than we did last week, so that helped. Got in a little scuffle probably quarter of the way through the race in a chain reaction deal. I ended up getting spun, so I took that opportunity to pit, add some wedge to the car, because I kind of figured just by how I was feeling the car would free up on the long run, and that's exactly what happened. And at the end, the car was a lot better than most. A lot of people were struggling to get the power down on the exit to the corner.
Well, you're able to hold on, though. The car looked really solid at the end. Is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give for your 3rd place finish here tonight?
I got to give a big thank you to all the team. Jeremy Allen, Jordan Erickson, Derek Cash, Mason Dunn, Kenneth Drake, they gave me a good setup to work off of, and you know, we all kind of make the base setup that we make. We kind of do our own changes, on based on feel, and that's I can't thank them enough.
Well, definitely a good enough feel to get you third here tonight. Congratulations. We'll look forward to seeing you next week at South Boston.
Thank you.
And we're going to get the number 7 of Daryl Hamlin now to talk a little bit about his race tonight. The number 7 of Daryl Hamlin will get the runner-up slot out of Louisville, Kentucky, the T4X Racing teammate. Handsome Fellows Barbershop and Layrite, the sponsors on the car. And Daryl, what a night for you, to say the least. You do end up finishing in second, but you have the most laps led here, total of 35 laps led here at Iowa tonight. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, too bad we didn't end at lap 50, huh? It was a fun race. I think I had a better short run car than I did the long run. Josh, he was just pulling away, and Richie was coming on there at the end, but I was pretty happy to finish second. It was the best race I've had in a long time.
That's one of the questions we had out there in the YouTube audience, is why the number 9 just kept pulling away from you. They didn't know if you had something going on. As we looked at the previous lap time, the final lap, there was looked to be a 23.991 up against a 23.676. So Barry was still running pretty quick. Did you develop any kind of a push, or was you getting loose, or what was going on with the car there at the end?
Yeah, I guess I led some laps and I pushed it too hard early and started heating the right front up, and then the right rear started stepping out there towards the end, so I couldn't really get back on the gas like I was before.
All right. Well, do you have any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give for your runner-up finish tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Team 4X and Matt Rolfe and my sponsors, Balls Deep, and just everything. The league, it's a good league to race in.
All right. Congratulations. We'll see you next week at South Boston.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to bring in the gentleman no stranger to victory lane. Got to talk with this guy twice last week. Pulled a sweep at Concord, and he comes in tonight and is able to win by a margin of almost 3 seconds. Josh, you did a heck of a job. You're part of the Junior Motorsports and Speedco, and got the new sponsor we see, the new paint job that you've been running on the Super Late. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, definitely. Carolina SimWorks come on board to do this stuff, and then got to know the guy, and he's been pretty cool to work with so far, so I'm excited to have him on board. And like I said, tonight was obviously a good race for me. I didn't really qualify that well. I kind of was surprised I didn't really have any speed at all in qualifying trim, but I felt decent about the race. So I just I didn't really know what I had, to be honest. I just kind of rode it out there at the beginning and tried to stay out of trouble. And once I got past halfway, I was able to work up into the top 5, and then was kind of able to pick them off, a few of them on the restart, and and then work on Daryl a little bit there, that long run. But car stayed really good. I mean, it stayed under me good there, and I guess I was able to manage the tires a little bit better than some of the others.
Definitely a solid job here tonight, especially seeing that car. We was talking about lap times. Last lap you ran there at the end was a 23.676 up against Hamlin's time of a 23.991. So almost the fastest. You actually did have the fastest time here tonight. 23.103 was your fastest lap time here tonight. Really a solid job. Are we going to see the number 9 car back in action next Thursday night when we roll into South Boston?
I'm not exactly sure yet. I got some stuff coming up here the next couple weeks that's going to keep me pretty busy, so I'm not exactly sure I'll be there. But I'm having a lot of fun doing the super and late model stuff on these leagues. Really, it's something I got away from the past few years racing online. And when I first started racing, this is kind of what I did with short track racing. So it's been fun to kind of get back to this and figure it out. I feel like it's taken me a little bit to get used to catch back up to some of these guys that do it all the time. But apparently over the last few weeks, I've done a pretty good job of figuring it out. I've had a lot of good help behind me with my teammates, and I don't know, had some luck on our sides too. So, like I said, it's been a lot of fun. Tonight was fun. It was definitely another race I didn't really expect to be that fast at the end, but I just tried to manage it and be there at the end when it matters.
Well, and you're able to find victory lane here tonight. Do you have any thanks or shout outs you'd like to give for your victory?
Yeah, of course. Thank Carolina SimWorks for coming on board on the super late, and of course SARA for what they do and putting this on. Running the league's a lot of work. I say that a lot. I know that these guys are trying to put on the best race they can. So it's a lot of work doing this. Of course, Digital Force for what you guys do broadcasting these races. I know takes a lot to do that. The button box are supporting the series. That's cool. I don't really think I've had some bad luck the first couple weeks. So I'm probably not anywhere close to being up there in the points, but definitely enjoy racing it and competing for wins.
Well, congratulations here tonight on picking up a victory, Josh. We look forward to seeing more action out of the 9 in the coming weeks.
Thank you.
All right, folks. We're going to be rejoined now by Paul Fugit. We had a chance to talk with him earlier tonight about the Iowa Lions Foundation and what they do in the charitable organization. And again, as mentioned earlier tonight, we do have a GoFundMe link here tonight looking to get a total of $250 raised. And again, Paul was talking about a $7 donation, helping to be able to provide a eye exam for children who are less fortunate, not able to get such exams through conventional methods. And Paul, I'm going to give you the floor back over here to you so you can talk to the audience and let them know what that GoFundMe link's all about and who the Iowa Lions Foundation are and what they stand for.
Like I said earlier, we got those 7 entities we contribute to. That biggest one is the Iowa Kids Side thing. That's our biggest budget line right now, and it does take a lot of money to do that. And what I like about that Kids Side program is it's not just for the less fortunate. It's for every kid in Iowa. We go into preschools and the elementary schools all the time and do the eye screening for them. Rich or poor, it doesn't matter. We just think that every child should have their eyesight. So that's one thing we're pretty proud of doing, and we lost our state funding a couple years ago to that. The state of Iowa used to give us $150,000 a year, but then they decided to cut that. So now it's more imperative than ever to seek donations. So, like I said, every donation counts. So far, we're up to $50 on the GoFundMe page. So if anybody wants to contribute, we would really, really appreciate that.
Well, thank you again, Paul, for coming in to talk about the Iowa Lions Foundation. Again, we have the link out there, as mentioned before, in the description here, and we'll be putting up a race article tomorrow. We'll also include it there as well. Paul, is there another means people can get a hold of you if they decide that at a later date they'd want to make a donation?
One good way is to contact me either through Facebook or anybody who's on iRacing. Just look me up on the iRacing forum and send me a message there, and I'll be glad to take it either through PayPal or GoFundMe, and we'll take donations year round if you want to do that.
All right. Well, congratulations on the work you guys do with the Iowa Lions Foundation. I'm kind of in my in broadcaster mode here tonight, but definitely, folks, a great thing this organization does. And like Paul, I think one of the most catching points he said was 100% of your person's donation does go directly to where it's intended. There's no admin costs and everything's volunteer. So I think that makes a big difference. And some of those people who might be skeptical about donating to charity organizations, always wondering, about the admin events or admin costs in it, and knowing that 100% of what they donate will go directly to the person in need.
Yep, that's right. Like I said, we're a 4-star charity navigator thing. Not a lot of people get that, so your money's going to that. So thanks for all you do. Thanks for letting me have the floor, and hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast tonight.
All right. We'll see you next week in action at South Boston Speedway, Paul.
Yep, have a good one, everybody.
There you have it, folks. So as we switch back over here to look at the race results, we'll show you that real quick here. Josh Berry taking victory here tonight, week number 3 of the Button Box Shop Super Series. Darrell Hamlin will come in second. Richie Davidowitz, Derek Robinson, Matt Rolfe rounding out the top 5. Trevor Edwards, Matt Cooker, Michael Gurman, Jeremy Adams, Scott Dunlap through your top 10. Looking on back, Bill Martin, Ian Lane, Brad Carpenter, Michael Baxter, Daniel Williamson through 15. Kevin Myers, John Lighty, Travis Warling, Brandon Wilkinson, Mark Royer through 20. Tanner Cook, Tim Bills, Paul Fugit, Matthew Eddy, Brad Lawson, Craig Bontraggers, Clay Snyder, Derek Holthausen, Daniel Pope, and Jeremy Allen through 30. In your field here tonight, Cody McCauley and Jordan Erickson, involved in that first incident, will be your field. One final look at the sponsors here, folks. the Button Box Shop. Check them out on Facebook again for all your simulation needs. Charlie Kuzma doing an excellent job putting together custom button boxes for you. HidesPride.com for quality leather and sheepskin products. You can check them out on the web. Dean Satellite and Security providing the Pole Awards this season. And tonight, Derek Holzhausen winning that award here in Iowa. Bill Martin with the Car Show. We got Dunleavy's Truck and Trailer Repair, Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments, the Lions Foundation, Toxic Media Solutions, JVM Racing, and Tundra Super Late Models, your series sponsors. Folks, coming up, next week we will roll out of Iowa and into South Boston Speedway as they will look to take on that track for, it looks to be about 150 laps for the Dean Satellite and Security Sobo 150. That'll be week number 4 in the Button Box Shop Super Series. If you'd like to know more about what we got coming up with the Digital Forge lineup, you can find us on the web at forgebroadcasting.com. And as always, if you'd like to know more about SARA's, the Sim Auto Racing Association League, you can find them on the web, racesara.com. We'll be back in action Saturday night with the Cards Esport Tour. Qualifying will be out on Facebook. And we'll have the features on YouTube and Twitch alike. But that will do it for us here this Thursday night, folks. Again, one more shout out to the Iowa Lions Foundation and the charitable work that they do here for the Iowa Lions Foundation 100 at Iowa Speedway. Check out the description. Check out the GoFundMe page, folks. And if you're feeling hearty, please, we implore you to make a donation. That will do it for us this Thursday night, folks. I'm Dustin Caldwell here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network saying thanks for your viewership, and we'll see you Saturday night. Good night, everybody.